Hi there. I'm sitting here in my brother's backyard and I wanted to answer some questions. I'm here with Fiona. I'm not sure that I could get through this without her. Anne-Marie died 2 days ago. You want to see? There's Fiona. And I'm sure people are wondering what we were doing in Salt Lake when we live in Cedar City. And she was due any day. Like she was due on the 15th. It was the 12th, so it's just 3 days away. Which means basically any time. We'd planned on doing the delivery in Utah County. So we weren't 4 hours away, we were just about an hour away. And we were at a family reunion with friends, or with family. And that ended up being a huge blessing because we were within eyesight of University of Utah Hospital, which is arguably the best hospital in the state. And so that quick response time probably saved my son's life. Just being so close. Somewhere else they might have had to life flight us in. But as she came into the hospital, there were teams of people ready. Both a team for the baby and a team for Anne-Marie. And it was amazing to see that process, to see all those people devoted to the happiness of my family, that we all could receive the best care possible. We wanted to have our babies at home, and we were able to have 3 of them at home. But it wasn't complications in labor that caused this. We were at the reunion, we were eating and talking with friends, and everything seemed to be going well. Then Anne-Marie turned to me and said, "We need to go." Okay, so I ran over and grabbed the van and pulled over next to her, and we called our midwife, and she said, "No, it's not labor. I feel pain in my chest." And when we talked it over, it kind of sounded like she had something stuck in her throat. And so we pulled over by the bathrooms, and she kneeled down on the grass, and I was massaging her back and trying to get some water in her. She couldn't swallow, but it would help clear her mouth, and then she puked, and we were hoping that would be it, she would start to feel better at that point. And she said she needed to go to the bathroom, and she went to the bathroom and she puked a lot more, but she wasn't feeling better. And at that point our midwife said, "You need to get her to the hospital." And as she came out of the bathroom, she laid down on the grass and said, "I don't feel good, I don't feel good." Something's wrong. She shouted, "I can't hear anything." And it was obvious she wasn't responding to me anymore. It's at that point that I called my sister over to come help. And she's the one that called 911 and got the hot ambulance there. She shouted, Anne-Marie shouted, "I'm gonna pass out." And she was already kneeling down on the ground, and I was holding her when she passed out, so it's not like she fell and hit the ground, something the paramedics were worried about. But at that point, when she passed out, she also stopped breathing, which is very scary for me. So as we called 911, we talked to them, we started doing chest compressions. We let them know that she was full term, and so then they had the team ready at the hospital when she got there, and it all went very quickly. I don't think I could have shot this video without Fiona. because I would just fall apart. And she's been a blessing throughout this process. So it was hard. But sitting in the ambulance, well, I rode behind in the car. They were able to get her heart going, get her breathing again. But on the way, her heart rate dropped and she stopped breathing on her own. Now they had tubes in her, they were able to get oxygen to her, which probably saved the baby. But it was just, it happened all so fast. It was amazing. We were there surrounded by family, and they were able to help make some of the decisions that I was not in the right state of mind to make, and to help me and hold my hand through this process. My sister, she lost her son a few years ago, and she'd been through experience similar to this. What? Are you gonna go down face first? And she was able to be there to warn me of some of the things that would happen. It was just scary. It was sad to see her. As we were waiting in the waiting room and just trying to find out what happened, things seemed to be going well when we left the park, and I was hopeful. They came out and they pulled me into a different room away from my kids and said, "We have some tough things to tell you." It was just hard. And I don't think I understood at first the gravity of the situation. That's denial. Now, I posted on Facebook that I haven't been reading messages. I've seen the messages. I've seen text messages, and every time that I look at them, I just feel the love that's being sent my way, and it overwhelms me, and I break down, and I can't handle it. So I'm taking it slow. That first morning, the next morning, Ender woke up and said, "I want mommy." I said, "I know, I want her too." We just held each other. Fiona knows how to take care of her daddy. Come here. Caden's been having a hard time with it. That first night, he couldn't get to sleep, and so he just stayed up and read scriptures throughout the night. While we were at the park, he went to the van and he just prayed and prayed and prayed. Come here, Fiona. So I hope I answered some of your questions. It wasn't our determination to do a home birth that caused this. With her screaming, "I can't hear anything," and just how it all happened so quickly, it could have been a blood clot or an aneurysm or something of that kind. Something not as preventable. We're going to hear back from the medical examiner today and find out what caused it. But for now, thank you for your love. had so many people offer. And I was worried about breast milk for Graydon. And so many people have offered their help. I feel very blessed in this time of trial. That's all I can do today. Thanks.